Hey everyone, I'm Hannah, founder of My Intuitive Health, and my mission is to literally infuse lightness and fun into health and your life, beginning in the kitchen. So we're gonna do that today in the form of one of my favorite 15-minute meals. And I'm not kidding you, like this is a crowd pleaser, wow type of meal. It's an herb and walnut crusted fish with green goddess kale salad. Like, doesn't that sound fancy? Right here I have like a pound of tilapia. You could use any type of whitefish, salmon, like honestly any type of fish you could use. And to make the topping, we're gonna use basil, about a half a cup, walnuts, about a handful. And you could really use any type of nuts here, like almonds or pistachios would be really fun, like nice and green. I have walnuts on hand, so that's what I'm using. The next ingredient that we're gonna add is just a clove of garlic. Next is Parmesan cheese. What this topping does is it's almost like a breadcrumb for the fish, but we're using whole ingredients. So it just really helps to give that same crunch factor. So now some brightness. We want to add some brightness to this. So lemon zest. You just want to take a little microplane. What I'm doing is I'm turning the lemon as I go so that you just get the bright yellow part, because you don't want this whiter part because that's where it starts to get a little bitter. This is a perfect way to add that lemon flavor without adding a ton of moisture. And we'll save this lemon because we're going to use it later for the dressing. But for now, we'll just take the zest and add it right into our blender. And then we'll salt and pepper, make sure the fish tastes really yummy. And you don't need much olive oil for this, honestly, just like a drizzle or a tablespoon. And then you just pulse it up. So this is what it looks like when it's done. It's almost like a coarse sand type of mixture. And this is what we're gonna now top our fish with. Okay, so first we wanna layer the flavors, right? Leave no man unseasoned. So we're just gonna take a little pinch of salt and pepper on our tilapia fillets. And my oven is preheated right now to 425. And then what we do is we just take our hands and take the crumb mixture and just press it gently on top of the fish. Okay, so we're just gonna press this in. And I always say, like, if you have any extra of this, number one, it'll keep in your fridge for about a week. You could make this with chicken or any type of meat like that. Or you could also, if you're vegetarian, use it to stuff some mushrooms. Okay, so this is what our fish looks like. Again, super fancy, but not fancy at all. And so now we're just gonna put it into the oven, 425 for, this is a pretty thin fish, so I'm just gonna do 10 minutes. But if it's thicker, do a little bit longer. Okay, so fish is in the oven, take about 10 minutes. So in the meantime, we can make the salad. So salads can get a bad rep, but honestly, the key is homemade dressing. Like always, you can make it taste so restaurant style good. So we're gonna make green goddess dressing, which is super fresh, super flavorful, creamy, and healthy, because it's made with Greek yogurt instead of like mayo or sour cream, which some traditional green goddess dressings are. But we're not gonna sacrifice any flavor. So we're gonna start with the clove of garlic. So just smash it with the back of your knife, and then place that into our food processor. And then we're gonna take a bunch of fresh basil, about half a cup packed. And then that lemon that we used earlier to zest on top of our fish crumb topping, we're just gonna juice it and add this into our dressing. And the lemon juice helps to add liquid to the dressing without adding a ton of oil. So it's really super healthy. Woo, I just squirted myself. Okay, so one lemon right in there. And then next ingredient, main ingredient, is Greek yogurt. So about a half a cup in there. Since Greek yogurt is a bit tangy, we're gonna add some maple syrup just to balance out the tanginess with a little bit of sweetness. So about a tablespoon of maple syrup. If you don't have maple syrup, you can use honey or agave. And then just to kind of thicken it up and bring it all together, we're gonna add about a quarter cup of olive oil. and then a pinch of salt and pepper, and then we blend it. Okay, so now it's been 10 minutes, so we're gonna take the fish out of the oven, and you can see like, oh my gosh, this golden crust here. And this is all like nuts and herbs, like it's super healthy. So we're just gonna let that rest. Okay, so now onto the salad. So I just have some kale here that I chopped up really finely. And I like using kale because it's really hearty, and so it'll really stand up to this nice like bright green goddess dressing that we have here. And even will last like more than a day in your fridge. Usually lettuce, if you dress it, gets a little soggy, but this actually, it stands up to the dressing because it's so hearty. So I like to just kind of first toss the greens here, and then I like to kind of zhuzh it up a bit with some fun ingredients. I'm gonna add some avocado, so just take a nice ripe avocado, cut it in half. Look how perfect that is. Slice it carefully. You can even use your knife to cut and make little nice squares in there so that when they can just kind of pop right out like that. Perfect. And then I like to add some goat cheese. And then lastly, and totally optional, I like to add some nuts. And I'm using just the same nuts that I used on our crumb topping, just some walnuts. And I'm just gonna kind of crush them right into the salad, just like that. Okay, so everything's done. Now we just get to plate. So I like to do a nice big heaping of this salad. And then we'll take our gorgeous fish and like, look how gourmet that is. And again, this literally took us 15 minutes. And I have to try this. Oh my God. The brightness of that green goddess dressing combined with like the warmth and the richness of the fish is so good. And I love how it's still light, you know what I mean? Like, I love making meals that make you feel good physically, but also like don't lack in the flavor or the texture, because I don't want to choose when it comes to like being healthy or having good food. And so if you're in a place too where you also like don't really want to choose between like being healthy or enjoying great food, and maybe want some like support or even like inspiration and guidance to like help make it fun along the way, then I would definitely check out one of my upcoming programs, because the essence of it is to like enjoy ourselves. So we're not gonna be restricting, we're not gonna be teaching any diets, we're just gonna be creating meals like this that are so nourishing physically, but like hit all the notes of your soul emotionally. So I hope you try this recipe, let me know if you do, and I hope to cook with you soon.